Alright guys, welcome to my monster review of Mikenetic. Mikenetic? Magnetic? No, not magnetic. Okay, that's cool. That is a really cool finisher if I've ever seen one. He really... Wow, I gotta give it to ML on that one. He's like a C-tier monster, but his finisher animation is A+. Alright, so Mikenetic. He's a metal monster, just metal. Mikenetic is highly magnetic, and that doesn't refer to his personality. Its magnets are powerful enough to tear space craft apart, so it's easy, but not recommended, to imagine what it can do to a metal monster. You know, I really wish that had meant that this guy had, like a metal monster hater. Because, you know, that lore actually is really cool if he was like a metal monster who hunts other metal monsters, but he doesn't. First, let's go over his trait, and his trait screams like F- monster, because he's immune to those things that only the worst monsters will give out. Because burning, you're not a demon, you're not immune to 4 things in one. You don't have umbrella status, caster hardened, so if anyone even goes for a stun, it's a guaranteed land on you, and you're just immune to burn. Immune to trigger death, which is kind of popular with free-to-play monsters. Like you've got Raven Bot, you've got Empress Luthien, you've got the Owl to be immune to it, so it's kind of going around right now. So if you're a beginner, pretty good, nice little thing to have. Oh, there's also Death Pact. That is still kind of, you'll see it around. It's not a very common strat, but it's a pretty good one. So at least you're immune to that. And stamina leak, at least it's at the start of the battle so that you can like start getting their stamina drained as you deny them. So that by the time maybe they get their free turn, they'll have no stamina. We'll see. Shapeshifter deals heavy metal damage to all enemies, applies stun, and negative effect protection. So this is this guy's big kicker, negative effect protection. Or protected, but I think protection is basically the same thing. Protects all negative status effects except the status protection itself. Yeah, what that basically means is if you try and cleanse it away, let's say you remove negative status effects, it'll remove the protection first, and then you'll still have to cleanse again if you want to remove, say, the stun that he does, which makes him a very interesting monster because the mechanic of having a stun and protecting it could potentially be really dangerous. Because like a lot of what you see is either immunities or the fact that anyone can cleanse everything away. Because you've got, let's say, Slumster. He's dodge area and immune to control. That's insane. You try and stun Slumster, it won't work. But if you stun his teammates, since you can't stun him and you can't do an AoE to him, he'll always just cleanse. So, if you have this, he won't be able to remove the stun. Now, I do have to ask, does it also work as a negative effects blocked, or do they not overlap? Like, while you have negative effects protected, can they apply positive effects? So would it still land the evasion but not the cleanse? A lot of questions I have, which I'm really happy about. And yeah, I mean, this monster I should have hatched so long ago, but I had just put it off, as did everyone else, because I was just getting like good monsters left and right. It's nice to have a little gimmicky one right here. Stick Bot deals low metal damage to one enemy, 0 turn cooldown, 26 stamina. Minimalist, I like how you can do like all of this with a little bit of stamina. Removes 50% of stamina from one enemy on a 0 turn cooldown. So, I mean, I know he's got some not that great stamina leak. So if you pair that up with this, maybe you'll be able to use that in some capacity. Repel this, applies stun and stamina leak to one enemy, 1 turn cooldown. I like that it does no damage because there's a lot of relics that punish you harshly for attacking. And as you've seen, he has no self-sustain capabilities, so you really just want to be avoiding him taking any damage. And Magnetic Field deals low metal damage to one enemy, applies negative effect protection, requires cooldown. I wonder if anyone is going to use him to like make another monsters better. Like, if you use him with Teddy Bomb, would that be worth it? Or like, you use them with Teddy Bomb for the dots, and they can't remove the dots, so they just die. Okay, I'm definitely gonna have some fun with this. Blocktastic. Deals moderate metal damage to all enemies. Applies stun to all enemies. Just an AoE stun. I think it's kind of redundant, as I feel like I saw 2 other stuns. Stun to all. Moderate stun. Doubled to 1. Okay. That's why I think you might want to run Minimalist, just so that you're not only relying on stun, and you can kind of pair it up with the stamina leak. So, moderate. Yeah, this is your big move, the stun to all, and then they can't cleanse it away. So I'll put that there. Repel this, or metallic bonk. Oh, I like that. So moderate metal, 1 turn cooldown or a 3 turn cooldown to do it twice. I really want to do repel this, but bulwark is so popular, I feel like metallic bonk is the smartest decision. And from here, it's either catchy feeling, low, moderate stamina leak, and negative effect protection to 1. So sadly, he doesn't even have like a stamina drain to all. So other than the status caster, you can't rely on that strategy. So yeah, we'll run this. So that is his skill set. Moderate AoE, moderate to 1 enemy, and then AoE with negative effect protection to all, a double stun to 1, and negative effect protection with stamina leak. Yeah, so I mean, he's there to do his job. So I think this monster is the ideal team speed, because there's a lot of scenarios in war where a monster like him is really not that usable, right? But if you have other monsters, and let's say you don't have that good of monsters in a metal category, because, you know, I do these reviews for beginners, and I didn't have a metal monster for the longest time. Let's say you have Teddy Bomb, though, for another category, but you have bad monsters for this. You make him speed room so that he can kind of support, you know? He can help Teddy Bomb with the negative effect protection, but overall you're not relying on him since he can't do much on his own. Alright, relic-wise, kind of unique choice, since I imagine you don't want him getting attacked to have a trap relic. But, you know, you could do stamina with that. You can do stamina with an amulet. So stamina shouldn't be a problem for this monster. And yeah. So look at that. I just love his design, though. It reminds me so much of the toys I feel like we all played with when we were all little kids. Like, and the finisher, that's just awesome. Dang. Let's see. Oh my god. No, what is this? I gotta see it. Darn, that's kind of lame. Like, you start off making an entire box out of yourself, and then you go right back to the normal stuff. Alright, so I think I'll go adventure map for this one. And, let's see. Can I fight you? So let's imagine I want a random dot dealer. So I'll go, say, Epigursus. And then I'll go, of course, the monster that this review is all about, Mikenetic. And then I want, like, a basic attacker, so I don't want anything too strong. I'll go Jackpack for the anticipation. So look, ideally, I imagine this is the role. Like, you see, he doesn't go first since there's not much he can do. I actually should have put a denier instead of Jackpack. And then you start stacking dots, right? And usually, you'll have, like, a Mother Talca or something. Well, okay, Mother Talca is a bad example. But someone else who can cleanse away all the dots, and then you're gonna have to reapply them, and it's almost like you wasted that first turn. But now, with all of this, imagine this is a PvP scenario, and this is a Megaton monster. This is King Autumn. Alright? He can't cleanse any of this away. And usually they only have one support monster. That one support monster can only cleanse away once. Right? Usually. There's no monster in the game, I don't think, unless there's a legendary that can cleanse twice in one move. So you're pretty free to go. And look at that. I'm just gonna let it get to his turn because he can't do anything to cleanse these dots. Look at that. Boom. Deep melancholy. I really wish he would have tried to give himself a positive effect. I need to see if it counts for positive effects. As Santa? Yes, this is exactly what I want to see. Alright, not Jackpack. I'll go with... You know what? Krills. No, Chieftain Albrook. I love Chieftain. Alright, so now I gotta experiment with this little bit. Does negative effect protection block positive effects? So let's see, look at that. Some negative effects that you definitely want to protect. Sorry about that. It's a tarp in the wind. And I will not give any further explanation for that. So, magnificent. Alright, now I'm gonna have to kind of recharge past the first turn. Right, boom, boom. Gonna have to go back to him. And this Santa Pandoff, he does a lot of... No, you weren't supposed to do that. He does a lot of positive effects to himself, so I was really hoping he'd do it here so I could show you. But he did not. So I'm gonna have to apply the negative effect protection without stunning him, which is not as easy as I wish it was. So let's do that again. I'll just do this because nature kills y'all. And then let's do the stamina leak one. Yeah, here. You see, you don't always have to stun. Stamina leak and negative effect. They can't remove this stamina leak without a little bit of effort, so maybe that drains their stamina fast enough, or at least stresses out their stamina relics. Alright, we're gonna want him to go again. Good gifts for all. Okay, so this proves... Yeah, okay, so there's still use for negative effect block and negative effect protection on the same team because they really complement each other, you know? And you can protect the block. Oh my god, that's gonna be pretty crazy. I mean, it's gonna be pretty crazy when this negative effect protection goes to more monsters. Right now it's nothing because this monster is really not a threat. He's a basic monster, but I think he's kind of fun. So boom, stun him, and they're over. Yeah, so biggest thing I gotta say that I admire out of this monster is his design. It's really fun. I think if you were a beginner, he could be kind of fun to play with. But sadly, if you're in a higher league, there's no way you're gonna get much use out of him. And yeah, that's the video. Hope you enjoyed. I really enjoyed making this one. I had a lot of queries. I always try and add something that maybe you haven't heard from every other reviewer. And I feel like I did. So yeah, I love making content for you guys. And show a little bit of support by leaving a like. Leave a comment and I will respond. What are your thoughts on him? Are you ever going to use him? Are you just going to team speed him? Because I always know there's always a use for bad monsters with team speed rooms. Like, as someone who used to be a really good player, I would always just like be able to take down a base with 2 monsters. So I'd put in a bad monster with 3 speed runs, and it was fun to have a 3rd guy. So that's what I'm doing with him. You tell me what you're doing. And subscribe to join the Crab Army. We are at 113 subscribers. And, you know, join the army before 200 subscribers. We are going to the moon, you know. I don't know. Maybe should I start that? Should that be a thing? We're going to the moon? You tell me in the comments down below. That's about it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you have a great day. Your favorite Omni-Crab signing out.